So hello students, welcome to AIMS India's live class session. From physics subject, measurement topic we are going to discuss today. So actually this is a demo class. So from Monday onwards we are going to start the regular classes. From according to your textbook, the lessons suitable for IIT Foundation and Olympiads, we are going to start the regular classes from Monday onwards. We will provide the schedule and everything in our website. So it's just a demo class regarding measurements. So let's start the topic. Suppose you went out for shopping on one fine day. You went out for shopping on one fine day. So first you went to a cloth store and you have asked the shopkeeper, you want to buy a shirt piece. You have asked him, please give me white color shirt cloth, like that. He might have answered, how much cloth do you want? I want 2 meters. After that, you went to a bakery. You want to buy chocolates. There, you have asked, please give me dairy milk chocolates, like that. The shopkeeper answered, question, how many chocolates do you want? And you might be answered, I want 3 chocolates. So in this condition, so we will come across questions like how much and how many. Here in the class store with the shopkeeper, what you are telling, how you are asking him, how much. Sorry, the shopkeeper, what he is asking, how much cloth do you want? Like that he is posing a question, how much cloth do you want? Again, after when you went to bakery, there the shopkeeper, what he is asking, how many chocolates do you want? So in our real life, we will come across questions such as how much and how many. So actually, for these questions, we have answers. For this question, the answer is 2 meter, and for how many? For this question, the answer is 3 chocolates. Means for the questions like how much and how many, there we will get some kinds of answers. So these answers we call it as quantity. So these answers are considered as quantities. So here quantity means the size or the amount or the magnitude of any object. The size, the amount or magnitude of any object is considered as a quantity. So actually here we are measuring the length of cloth. Here the shopkeeper, he wants to measure the length of cloth. That length of cloth value is equal to 2 meter. Here number of chocolates. How many chocolates? 3 chocolates. So here 2 meter and 3 chocolates, these values are considered as quantities. So if you want to buy any object or if you want to take any object, we should have complete idea of the object's size or amount of the object or value of the object. So these terminologies, we call them as quantity. Okay, next. So what is a physical quantity? So just now we have learnt about quantity. Quantity means the size or amount or magnitude. Here magnitude means value. Value of a object is called quantity. Here physical quantity means any quantity which can be measured. Any quantity which can be measured. How to measure any object? We are having so many kinds of measuring devices. Suppose for measuring length, we are having scale. For measuring mass, we are having common balance. So mass or weight. For measuring time, we have clock. Means any quantity which can be measured and expressed in terms of a number is called a physical quantity. So after First, for measuring a quantity, we have to take a measuring device. We have to take a measuring device, and with that measuring device, we will measure that quantity and we will express our answer as a number. We will express our answer as a number. So such kind of quantities, they are considered as physical quantities. They are considered as physical quantities. So like length, area, volume, speed, force, energy. So all these terms which we will learn in physics, these are all considered as physical quantities. Why? Means all these quantities can be measured with a proper measuring device. So for doing the measurement, we have to take the help of a measurement device. If measurement device is there, then all these quantities can be measured. So that's why we call them as physical quantities. We call them as physical quantities. So here, length. So length of a room. So length is a one-dimensional quantity. Length is a one-dimensional quantity, length of a room. So this can be measured. So length is a physical quantity. Area. Suppose if you go to cricket ground, so there the cricket ground will have some area. Area of the cricket ground. Area of the cricket ground. It is a two-dimensional object. It is a two-dimensional object. It depends on length and breadth. So this area also can be measured. So area also an example of physical quantity. So volume. So volume means what? Suppose the room. What is along with the room? Suppose empty room is there. Can we call the room as empty? Or is there anything filled up in the room? Actually, in the empty room, in normal usage, in a room, if there is nothing, we call it as a empty room. We call it as a empty room because we are not able to see any object inside that room. We call it as a empty room. But does it actually empty? It's not, because the air is filled up. The air filled up that room. So the room is occupied with air. So we want total whatever empty space in that room, it is filled up with invisible air. So here we want to find out the volume of air or volume of empty space of that room. So how can we measure? With the help of length, breadth, and height. With the help of length, breadth, height, if we multiply 3, then we will get volume of that room. Volume of that room. It is depending on 3 values. It is a 3-dimensional quantity. 3-dimensional quantity. So the length, area, volume, all these things, they are physical quantities. So why? Means they can be measured. They can be measured. So actually, how to measure them? For measuring a physical quantity, suppose I am having an object. I am having a measuring device. But if I have object and measuring device, is it enough for making measurement? Is it enough for making a measurement? Suppose the distance between Hyderabad and Kurnool, how much? Around 200 kilometers. Around 200 kilometers. There we are using the unit 200 kilometers. So we need a special kind of unit. It's not just 200. The distance between Hyderabad and Kurnool, it's not just 200. Along with 200, we have to add a unit called kilometer. So we need the help of units. So the units defined based on some kind of systems. So along with the measuring devices, we need the help of some kind of systems, some kind of measuring systems for making the accurate measurements. So the physical quantities, they have to be measured, or they can be measured with the help of some systems like FPS. This is the first measuring system, FPS. FPS stands for, in FPS, F stands for foot, P stands for pound, S stands for second. S stands for second. So according to this system, FPS system, foot, pound, second. So these are the units which are used for complete measurement. We have another system called CGS system. CGS system means centimeter, C stands for centimeter, G stands for gram, S stands for second. This is the second system. And MKS system, where M stands for meter, K stands for kilogram, S stands for second. S stands for second. These three are the olden day systems. These three are the olden day systems used by the scientists for making the measurements. Actually, what is the need of a system? Because for measuring any object, only measuring device is not enough. Because along with the measuring device, we need a system, we need a unit. So then only according to that system, according to that unit, with the help of that measuring device, we can make the measurement. So we have, in olden days, we have systems like FPS, CGS and MKS for making the measurements. So nowadays, because in these three systems, units except the second, all the other units are different. So that's why now our scientists, what they have done means, all over the countries, all over the world, they have introduced only one system for measurements, which will be applicable for all the countries, for all the nations. That system is called SI system, which means International System of Units. International System of Units. It is the modified form of MKS system. It is the modified form of MKS system. Okay. So now regarding this, do you have any doubt regarding quantity and regarding physical quantity? So if you have any doubt, you can ask through the chat, WhatsApp chat. You can ask your doubts. Somebody asking 1 pound is how much? I think you have got the answer. Is there any doubt regarding the topic? Sir, what about sound? Is that a physical quantity? Because sound, we can measure sound. We can measure sound in the form of decibels. Sound can be measured. So sound is a physical quantity. Sound is a physical quantity. Okay. Sir, why we use mostly CGS and SI units? Somebody asking why we use mostly CGS and MKS, CGS and SI systems. It's not like that. If you go to British people, they will, even nowadays also they are making use of FPS system. But in India, we are mostly making use of CGS system. But now, according to scientists, they have proposed that we have to use only SI system, because all over the nations the measurement should be the same. So then only while calculating or regarding scientific observations, it will be easy for the scientists. So okay. So next, let's proceed. How many units are there in SI system? In next slide it will come. Okay, ma'am. Let's go to next slide. So what do you mean by a unit? So just now we have told this foot, pound, second, centimeter, gram, meter, kilogram. These are all units. Now we have to know what is the meaning of a unit. So the standard value which is used to measure a physical quantity is called as a unit. So unit means, it's a scientists, they have defined a unit and they have fixed its value. Means its value is known. With that known value, we will compare the unknown value. Suppose 1 meter, I know the value of 1 meter. Suppose with that known value 1 meter, what I can do, if I want to measure the length of a room, with that 1 meter, I will compare the length of the room, and I can tell it is 10 meters. Means here unit is already identified, defined and declared by the scientist as a fixed value, as a known value. With that known value, we will compare the unknown values, so that we can find the value of unknown quantities. So this unit is a standard value which is used to measure the physical quantity, and this standard value is called as a unit. But this unit should have some desirable features, because what we are telling, all over the countries, all over the world, its value is standard. Because in all over the countries, the climate is not same. The geographical conditions are not same. So the unit should not change based on the conditions of that place. So that's why, for making it as a standard value, it has to follow some desirable features. So what are they means? It should be well defined. First quality is it should be well defined. Suppose I want to measure the length of a room. Suppose with the help of foot. In the olden days, not only olden days, even nowadays also, children while playing cricket, the distance between two wickets, it is measured by foot only. But if I want to measure the length of a room, if I measure with the help of foot of one person, it will be different. With the foot of second person, length of the room is different. So here foot is not the standard value. So it is not a fixed unit. Why? Means it is not well defined. Means it should not change from person to person, or it should not change from place to place. So that's why our unit, our unit should have a desirable feature. And what is that? Means it should be well defined. It should not like the foot. Next, a unit should be of convenient size. Suppose I want to measure the distance between Hyderabad and Kurnool. So what happens with the hand span? What do you know the meaning of hand span? So if you go to flower market, there if you buy garland, so there they will measure the length of the garland with hand span. Nowadays also we can observe. So now the distance between two places, can we measure with hand span? Can we go from Hyderabad to Kurnool all along with measuring with hand span? How much time it will take? It's highly impossible. To measure distance between two long distance places with the help of hand span. So for measuring these kind of distances, it is not the convenient unit. So we should make use of survey chains, bigger survey chains, so that measurement will be easy. So the second feature is it should be of convenient size. So for measuring smaller lengths, we will make use of scale. For measuring cloth, we will make use of tape. For measuring distances of between large cities, we will make use of survey chain. So like that, in convenient size, the unit should be there. Next, it should be consistent. Here, what is the meaning of consistent? Not varying with time. Means with the time it should not change. With the time or with the climatic conditions, it should not change. Suppose I want to find height of a TV tower. With the help of cubit. with the help of cubit I want to measure. If I measure now, the height of the tower may be 10 cubits. After 10 years, same person, if he comes and measure the height of the tower, will it be the same? No, because in 10 years, the person height will change. If a small boy is there, in 10 years, his height will change. His cubit length will change. So that's why cubit is not a consistent unit. Cubit is not a consistent unit. So our unit should be of consistent nature. Should be of consistent nature. That is one feature. Reproducible. Reproducible means I want to measure perimeter of Charminar. Perimeter of Charminar. So with the arm span, I have measured. With the arm span, I have measured and gave measurements to one of my worker and sent him to the shop for bringing some fencing material to have fencing around the Charminar. So, but my worker, he went there. Can we carry my, I didn't went there. Can we have that length of that perimeter there? He cannot produce the same length what I have measured here. What I have measured here. Because I have measured with my arm span, which is not available at the shop. So that's why it should not be of that kind. It should have a nature of reproducible nature. Reproducible nature means if I measure here, if I tell the value, the shop owner also, he should get it. He should reproduce it, or he should make that measurement and he should give to the worker. So the physical quantity should have that nature, reproducible nature. So easily available. It should be easily available for usage. So these are the, like this, it should have all these desirable features. One is, let me repeat once again. So what are the desirable features here? What are the desirable features? One is well-defined nature, convenient size, consistent, reproducible, easily available. If the unit we have what we have chosen, if it follows all the rules and regulations, so then we can fix it as a unit and we can make use of all over the world. So these are the examples of that kind of units: kilogram, meter, second. So they follow all these features. So that's why they are the examples of units. Actually, unit is not a name. Unit is not a name. It's a value. It's a value. All algebraic operations are possible with the units. Suppose 10 meter plus 10 meter. 10 meter plus 10 meter. What is the value? 20 meter. What is the value? 10 meter plus 10 meter equal to 20 meter. So here algebraic operation like addition is possible with the units. So that's why it is not a name, it's a value. It is not a name, it's a value. So this is the definition of unit and its features. Is there any doubt regarding this unit? Is there any doubt, ma, regarding the unit? Regarding the unit? Okay. So this is the unit and its features. Let's go to next slide. I think nobody is having doubt. Okay. Next. So fundamental quantity. So fundamental quantity. Because already we have told physical quantity means which can be measured. The physical quantity means which can be measured. The physical quantities, alright, the physical quantities, they are divided into some types.